The UK premiere of the Thursday Murder Club! Oh yes, what a night we have in store for you, because we're here in Leicester Square not to solve a crime, but to celebrate one. And boy, we have an amazing lineup based on the internationally best-selling novel by Richard Osman. The Thursday Murder Club brings together a truly remarkable cast, a sparkling script and a story full of heart, wit, and intrigue. And tonight, you guys have a front row view of all the action, because our red carpet, or in this case, our green lawn, is soon going to be awash with some of the most talented actors and filmmakers on the planet, as well as the occasional llama. That is all coming up. I'm Alex Zane. It's my pleasure to be hosting for you this evening. First of all, let's remind ourselves why we are all here with a look at the trailer.
There she is, Joyce. Are you a nurse? Bang on target. I'm Elizabeth. Would you take a look at that for me, please?
Dear God.
'Tis a lot of blood. Would you care to join us to discuss things further? Who is us? I'm sorry, how rude of me. We're the Thursday Murder Club. We investigate cold cases. It's a club about murder. Does sound a bit bonkers.
In breaking news,
There's been a murder. An actual murder.
The victim appears to have been bludgeoned to death.
Now we've got a real case to solve, isn't it wonderful? Obviously, R.I.P. and all that.
And how do we catch them?
What we need is a man or a woman on the inside.
Would you like to be investigating the murder?
who do you think you are, the head of MI5?
We'd better get started.
Yes, intermediate knitting starts here in 1 hour.
The police are making a list of suspects right now.
He had plenty of enemies.
I'm not worried about the cantankerous old farts.
Police work is off limits to anyone who isn't the police.
Plonker.
We're all suspects.
Bugger.
Bugger.
Argo.
Bugger.
Let's get out there and find the real killer.
You are mixed up in dangerous things.
Ooh, how exciting.
Don't wake the dead.
We need backup. Joyce, Ibrahim, Ron. We need the Thursday Murder Club. If any harm comes to my friends, I will personally be laying a dozen blood-red roses on your coffin.
It was just like to be involved and to be offered to go and have a meeting for this, film like this with all the amazing cast, everyone. Sometimes you pinch yourself in this game and think, wow, I never thought a boy out of the flats, working class kid would be brushing swords with all these people. Beautiful.
And an incredible cast, yourself included, Paul. I mean, obviously Steven Spielberg's an exec producer. You have worked with him before. What's more taxing, an Indiana Jones movie or an afternoon at Cooper's Chase?
Oh, I think an afternoon at Cooper's Chase by a long chalk. Partly because you've got to deal with all those very temperamental, very talented, wonderful actors. Not that we didn't have wonderful actors in Raiders either, but we did.
And your character, John, who I just reminded you of, tell me a little bit. He plays a quieter but very important presence in the movie. What did you find compelling about that character?
Well, Alex, I can't really tell you anything, because if I do...
Now, my incredible filmmaker and the man responsible for bringing the Thursday Murder Club to the screen, it's the legend, Chris Columbus!
Hello.
How are you this evening, sir?
I'm fantastic. It's great. I haven't been back to Leicester Square since the Harry Potter premiere, so it's pretty exciting.
It's wonderful to have you back.
Thank you.
You've created some incredible films over the years. Tell me what it was about the Thursday Murder Club that really appealed to you as a filmmaker.
I think I just became a huge fan. When I read Richard Osman's book, I fell in love with the characters, I fell in love with the world, and I wanted to come back to the UK and make a film. It had been almost 20 years, so I felt I needed to get back here and work with these amazing actors.
Well, we love having you here, and you have assembled, and you're no stranger to an amazing ensemble cast of largely British talent.
Right.
And you've done it again here. What was it like seeing these people take on, these incredible actors take on these roles?
Well, when we did Potter, I made a list of the people, the actors that were my first choices to cast. Richard Harris, Maggie Smith, Robbie Coltrane, and I did the same thing with the Thursday Murder Club, and they all said yes. So the shocking thing was that everybody really wanted to do the film, and it was, when I first walked into the room for our first rehearsal, it was intimidating, and I think as a director you have to be a little fearful, but they kept me sort of at the top of my game, you know.
Wow, dude, that's amazing. With the career you've had to be slightly intimidated, speaks volumes about the caliber of people you're working with.
I truly was intimidated, but it went away in a second because everyone was so welcoming and so collaborative. You know?
And what was the atmosphere like on set? Because there is such warmth when you watch this film. It really comes through the screen. What was it like on set?
It was sort of an atmosphere of trust. You know, for me, it was important that we all trusted each other enough to be able to sort of make suggestions. And we had, the actors, I think, felt very comfortable. I think they said the same thing. I felt very comfortable with them. And it was really this sort of team that came together. Not only the four of us, but the extended family of the supporting roles. People like Daniel Mays and Naomi Ackie and Jonathan Price and Richard E. Grant and David Tennant, who unfortunately can't be here tonight. All these people I was dying to work with who were in the film.
Hi family, is that the camera?
May I say hello as well?
Yeah, please do.
Hello Ingrid's family.
Yes.
I'm glad to have you here too. And what's it like being here for the UK premiere? Look what we've done to Leicester Square of the Thursday Murder Club.
I mean, it's quite surreal. Richard and I were in the car on the way here, quite nervous, and then we heard screaming as we got out of the car. Like, oh God, is that for this? So yeah, it's amazing.
Were you a fan of the book before you got the call for this movie? Had you read it?
Well, Richard Osman's my husband, so it would be a bit weird if I hadn't read it. Yeah. I had read that. I've read all of them actually.
I'm so pleased. I just wanted to check. I didn't want to jump in there and go. So you've read the book?
Yes. The first couple of chapters. That was all right. No, I have read all the books, and it's brilliant. And they get and hopefully there'll be 5 more films to follow this one because there's 5 more books and more to come. But yeah, I'm a big fan of the books.
What was the atmosphere like? I'm going to be asking Richard the same question, but when the cast started to be announced, I imagine you were kind of privy to some of that information before everyone else.
No. Well, we didn't have anything to do with the casting or production side of it, really. So genuinely, the phone call that I was in it was genuinely a surprise.
And then, I think it's a good thing.
You can get away with it. Trust me, you can get away with it.
But can Bogdan get away with wearing this? That's a record.
Absolutely not. I think it's against Bogdan's character. I don't want to make assumptions. Why don't you tell me about Bogdan first and what it was like inhabiting that role? Because there's a lot going on there, but we can't say too much.
Yes, it was amazing. I mean, I absolutely loved the character in the book, and obviously my job is to try and put as much of the detail and all of the stuff that Richard's put in that book, and try and smuggle it on screen, the backstory and everything that he's got going on. But he's a kind of man apart from all the other residents, as it were, because he's the handyman. He's there fixing stuff. He's there, but he's not a guest. And he's a mysterious figure who hopefully we get to know and maybe love by the end of the film.
Yes, I think that was very well done. I was going to start adding stuff, and then I was like, no, that's enough. Yeah. That's enough. And so when you
I'm trying to be enigmatic and mysterious.
No, but that's all in the book. He's a sort of divorced detective. He's kind of not in a particularly good place in his life, and he comfort eats. I know. And that's what I did.
Although we should establish you are wearing a special suit.
To everyone here, I'm wearing a padded suit in this movie, okay? I haven't literally let myself go.
Naomi, talk me through getting the role of P.T. Jonathan Freitas and when you first heard about it and how much you wanted it, and was it exciting?
It was so exciting. It kind of came as a surprise quite quickly. I had a meeting with Chris about it, and I had known about the Thursday Murder Club, and it's huge, you can't not. And every time I go along, I'm always surprised. Not really, sure. And it was wonderful. And as soon as I found out about the cast, I was like, well, it's a no-brainer. It was absent in my brain. I was like, this is not.
Well, I mean, you were paired with me.
How are you? How is it being here? Is it kind of surreal seeing Cooper's Chase brought to life here in Leicester Square?
Yeah, a little bit. The whole talking to you up here is surreal. The whole thing is surreal. I'm just hoping that there better be pick and mix when I get into that cinema.
But on a more serious note, obviously you wrote this book and you can write in a vacuum, you've got no idea what's going to happen. First it becomes a huge bestseller, and then a movie. What has that journey been like for you, seeing the book go on to have this life?
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, all I really think about is taking care of writing the next book. That's all I really think about. You know, that feels like the job that I can do. And then you get these incredible, you know, people, when they make a movie, you get Chris Columbus, who I know has been up here, who's a genius. Then you get this incredible cast, and you watch the way they all do it. And I'm sitting upstairs at home writing the next book. That's all I'm doing. The only day I went down to set was because Steven Spielberg was there, and I thought, well, I'm not going to miss that. But it's surreal and it's lovely. But the nicest thing was just seeing how talented the filmmakers can be. I've loved that.
And in terms of, as you discovered, who was going to be taking on these characters that you created on the page, and hearing name after name, so Ben Kingsley, Helen Mirren, Celia Imrie, Brosnan coming up, what was your reaction? What was it like knowing that you played these characters?
Well, the main thing I was thinking is, why am I not in the film?
Mr. Richard E. Grant! How are you this Thursday evening, appropriately enough?
Very good, and I'm very glad it's not raining.
It is raining. What a lovely evening, and look at what we've done to Leicester Square to celebrate this movie. I'm sure you're no stranger to a premiere in Leicester Square. This is quite special, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about Bobby Tanner and taking the role in this movie. What appealed to you about the character? Because obviously we can't say too much, but he does have a foot in two very different worlds.
I'll tell you the names. Richard Osman, Chris Columbus, Helen Mirren, Ben Kingsley, Celia Imrie, Brosnan. You know, that's it. That tells you why I'm here.
It is such an incredible cast. I mean, really, you share the screen with one of them at least. I don't think that's a spoiler. I've been so careful not to spoil. And tell me, when you got the call, was it an immediate yes?
An immediate yes, yeah. Because I worked with almost all of them before, so it was a great thrill.
Wonderful Tony Curran, played by Jeff Bell. The incredible Paul Freeman, who you may remember from Raiders of the Lost Ark. Someone who is wearing the most daring outfit of the evening, Henry Lloyd Hughes. The wonderful Tom Ellis. The incredible Richard E. Grant.
What is it that you desire?
The brilliant Daniel Mays. Future superstar Naomi Ackie. And as Stephen said to me, the murderer's row of actors. Miss Celia Imrie. The great Sir Ben Kingsley. My good friend Pierce Brosnan. And Dame Helen Mirren. Thank you all so much for coming. I hope you enjoy the film. We had a lot of fun making it. It was a labor of love. Thank you.
Let's hear it one more time for this incredible lineup of cast and filmmakers.